And today we're gonna do her full color analysis, and we're gonna use only solid colors. We're not gonna use any of our other drapes, and we're gonna reach her seasonal choice just by using solid color drapes. So we're also gonna use our color oracle, which is a deck with 96 colors, the same colors that we have in our drapes, we do have in the color deck. And this deck is gonna help me learn a little bit about Isa's preferences in terms of style and a little bit about her personality before I go into draping, because the idea is that we reach a seasonal choice that relates to our clients. So if she needs to like the colors, she needs to be able to wear it and live it and become that palette. And if we give a palette that's too different from what that client is, she's gonna have a hard time wearing those colors. So this is a way that we can really personalize this session so that so that we reach the right seasonal choice. So I'm going to start giving Isa this deck, and I'm gonna ask her to choose one color that represents who she is. It's not related to colors that she wears, but a color that if she were to be a color, what that color would be. And this is gonna tell me a lot about her personality. So I'm gonna give you that, Isa, and I'm gonna start welcoming people. So this is a live class in color analysis. We're gonna use all our 96 color drapes, only solids in this class. And I'm gonna teach you how we reach the seasonal choice using only solid colors. Isa is looking at our color deck, and she's gonna choose one color that represents her. Look at this. So what does this color mean in terms of personality, okay? So now I go on to reading a little bit about personality to my clients to see if she relates to this. Let's see if Dora is a joyful, energetic, and magnetic person. Bold, spontaneous, and full of vitality, loves being in motion, socializing, and expressing themselves authentically, inspires others with enthusiasm and optimism. I know her a little bit from personal life, and I think that she's a person that's very red. She's very passionate. She's someone that loves to be around other people, and we do have that from warm colors. She loves to help other people as well, so she's very how do you say it in English, because my brain is still in Portuguese because I'm in Brazil. So I think that she has this warmth in her, and she is very passionate, and I think this color really relates, okay? Is this a soft or bright red? If you were to look at the characteristics of this color in order to associate with Dora's characteristics, okay? I call her Dora, but she's also Isa. I'm gonna call her many different things, okay? So this red is not a very bright red, it's quite soft. If we look at Isa's beauty, her features, is she softer or brighter? And we can see that she has a lot of softness in her skin, in her eyes. She doesn't have a lot of contrast. So this color relates to her in terms of, we want the colors to really be the same as the person. It needs to harmonize. So this really relates to her characteristics. Now I'm going to ask Isa to choose 8 colors that she would wear. And this is where we're gonna find a little bit of the preferences in terms of style of our clients. So I want you to choose 8 colors that you would wear, or that you already wear, or that you would see yourself wearing, okay? And then we're gonna connect all these colors and try to find a palette that really relates to those colors as well. So we're seeing a lot of neutrals coming out. Just gonna grab some water. So we're seeing here some browns, some oranges, some greens, off-whites, very soft colors. I'm going to show them. Yeah, we have 8. So oranges, look at this. We can really relate these colors to a season already. Whoever is following me here, I want you to think about what season would these colors be in, okay? So they're warmer, they're softer, and they're medium to dark. We do have some lighter colors as well, so I would say medium value colors. Do we think that this relates to her in terms of characteristics? We're gonna start testing. So now I put these colors aside, and I'm going to go back to them after I reach her season to see which of these colors are in her palette and which colors we need to kind of substitute for something similar that will value her more if they are not in her palette, okay? So all of our tests, they start with color characteristics. So how am I going to test color characteristics on her if I don't have my dimensions drapes, which we normally use, okay? We're gonna get colors that have the characteristics that we need. So I'm gonna start with value, and I wanna know if Isa is gonna look better in light or dark colors. So I'm gonna get something from my seasons, and I'm gonna get a light color from a summer season.
We already have some shots here. We have some people saying it's autumn.
Sorry?
Autumn.
Autumn.
Autumn, yes, autumn. Those colors are an autumn season. I'm gonna get here 2 tones of green, one lighter and one darker, so we can test value. So light versus dark. And here I'm not looking at temperature, so I can get something from a cool season or from, ooh, I lost my microphone. But I lost the, let me swap, let me get yours. I don't know where it went. Technical problem. So, let me click this on her, and we're going to compare light or dark. Light or dark. I prefer light. I think dark makes her face very heavy. It's like she's full of shadows, so I prefer lighter tones, but I think this is a little bit too light. I'm going to get a green that's not as dark, that's more in the middle. So you guys know this set, it has 96 colors, and we have more or less between 6 and 7 colors per season. So we can test all of the colors of the seasons. We have all of the seasons have blues, greens, reds, yellows, oranges only in the warm seasons. Look at how medium is better. Medium really connects to her. So I think medium value is the best. Now we're gonna go for chroma, okay? Chroma, we're gonna get something that's very bright, and I'm gonna keep my greens here, okay? Green is a good color for us to test dimensions because it's more neutral than yellow or red, for example, or even blue. So I like to do dimensions with greens. So something softer or something brighter. Bright or soft. I definitely prefer soft. This really repeats her again. She does have soft skin, soft eyes, not a lot of contrast. So this is a little bit too much for her. When I look at this picture, I see the color before her face, and we don't want that. We want this to be very fluid, very, very in harmony. So softer colors are better. And then we're gonna go for temperature. And I can test temperature many times with different colors. I'm going to start by testing orange and purple, okay? When we're thinking about temperature, we need to get colors that are very opposite. And the best color to test warm temperature is an orange, okay? Orange are not present in warm seasons, only not present in cool seasons, only in warm. So, warm or cool. Warm or cool. We know that she chose warm colors. Look at this. She chose this color in her color preferences, okay? So I'm already starting to test her preferences here. And unfortunately, warm is not good for Isa. Her face goes very, very yellow, and it's like we take a bronzing powder and put it on top of her skin, so it doesn't give her a healthy aspect. I prefer the cool one, okay? Let's test other colors. I can get a blue. Blue is a color that's amazing for whoever is cool, but it's not as good for someone that's warm. So I'm gonna get blue, and I'm going to compare it with yellow. I'm making a big mess here. So I'm gonna take this away. And afterwards, I'm gonna teach you guys which colors we can substitute the orange for in cooler skins. We do have some colors that can be very close to orange, but they're not gonna give that yellow sensation, that yellow appearance on the skin. So, yellow, warm or cool? Warm or cool? Definitely cool. Yes, okay. So we do have another, I'm gonna test other warm colors that she chose here. I'm gonna get two greens. One that she chose that's a little bit warmer, and another one that's a little bit cooler. So she chose a cooler green, which I think is going to look beautiful on her. Oh, I forgot to say that we will have a coupon code for you guys to use on our October classes. So we're gonna be in Atlanta on the 16th of October, and we're going to be in Miami on the 20th. We're having two in-person courses in professional training in color analysis. So if you want to start working with colors, helping other people find their perfect colors and change their life with the use of colors, you can come and learn with us in these two cities, and you can use the coupon code Last Chance to get a special discount. And this coupon is also applied in this set, okay? Our color match set includes 96 solid colors plus the color Oracle. You get it as a gift, so you can really use them together. So Donna chose Green Moss, which is a warmer shade of green, and she chose Sea Green, which is a cooler one. Which one do you think looks best here? Definitely cool. So another color that we're gonna have to substitute. So she chose a soft red, okay? She chose two tones of red. One was her personality color, and the other one was a warmer red. So she chose this red, which is warm and soft, and she chose, let me see where it is, this one, which is soft and a little bit more neutral. So this is her personality color. Let's see if it matches her. Look at that. Lovely. Much better than the other one. So they're both very soft, but this one's a little bit warmer, this one is a little bit more neutral. Red is a color that everyone can wear. We can find the perfect red for each individual person. We have in this set 12 tones of red, so we can really find that perfect tone for each client. And I think that this is a very good match for Isa. So it's in her personality, and it's also a color that really enhances her features. So what are we imagining here? If we recap on her characteristics, she is medium to light. We didn't like dark colors on her. She is softer, so we didn't like very bright colors on her. And she is cooler, okay? So cool, soft, and medium to light. Which season represents, which group represents these characteristics? Winter, summer, autumn, or spring? If anyone's there with me, don't leave me alone here talking by myself. You guys know I don't like to talk by myself. I like interaction.
Oh, they just say summer.
Summer, yes, 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 yes. So we're thinking here that that is going to be a summer season, okay? So now we're gonna go into draping the summer colors. And we already put a summer color on her, which is her personality. So I'm gonna bring back the red. And first I'm gonna do soft summer, which I think can be a big possibility for her because she is quite soft. And I'm going to drape that, compare it with light summer, okay? I don't think she will be light summer because when we're thinking about light summer, there has to be a light predominance in these characteristics. And she has darker hair, even though she does have light eyes. I think if we look at her, she's more soft than light, okay? Let's start with the red. So this is light summer or soft summer. I think light summer leaves her a little bit too pale. Let me get the other colors. Just gonna clip them together. So I don't lose them. Now we're gonna go for the purple. So very light purple or something that's a little deeper. Look at that. I definitely prefer this one. So soft again. Then let's try the blue. And then I go color by color, comparing all of the colors. It's too light for her. It's not bad. I mean, if we were to compare it with something, let me put something that's darker and brighter, something from winter. Look at how that's so heavy for her, so I definitely prefer something lighter, but I feel that this is a little bit too light. So let me get my...
They are saying your outfit is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
And they are asking also if you could talk about the hair and then some point or...
Yeah, I will talk about her hair as well. So look at that. Definitely softer. So we're gonna eliminate light summer and we're gonna bring in our cool summer to do a last comparison. So all of our tests, they need to work, they're like a funnel. We start with 12 seasons and we eliminate the seasons that don't represent the client's characteristics. So it's very, very important for us to reach the characteristics before we start to compare seasons, okay? So that's what we did in this process.
They saying soft is better.
Yes, soft is better. So let me bring back my soft here. And let me find the purple. So soft or cool. I prefer soft. I don't think her skin is cool. I think she's more neutral cool. She doesn't have pink skin. She doesn't have all that coolness that we would normally see in a skin that has a cool predominance. Soft or cool. I like this one a lot as well, okay? So she can wear something that's a little bit more saturated, but it can't be too dark. So this is a way that we compensate. Let's say that is I would love to wear bright colors, okay? If she were to wear something bright and dark, that would be too heavy for her. But if she wears something that's a little bit brighter, but it's lighter, it's good, okay? So every season has 3 characteristics, and in order for us to choose a color out of our season and that it doesn't devalue us, we need to choose a color that has at least 2 characteristics of our season. So in her case, if she wants to wear something brighter, it needs to be cooler and lighter, okay?
Yeah, they are saying cool, it's nice, but soft, definitely.
Soft is better, yes. So let's do the pink now. And then we're going to reach our results. Look at that. Now this is a little bit too much. I prefer the soft. So she's definitely a soft summer, okay? And she's a soft summer that loves soft autumn colors. So that's something that we realized in our personality test in the beginning. And she loves to wear neutrals, okay? This is something that we talked about in the beginning before we went live. And she's wearing, look at her outfits, all neutral. And she dresses like this all the time, okay? The neutrals she's wearing today, they're quite neutral in terms of temperature, so they could work either for summer or for autumn. So let's try to find other neutrals that she can also wear. She did choose brown, she chose taupe, she chose dark gray. So let's put those colors on her and find that perfect match. So the neutral phase, it's very important for us to give options to our clients that don't have black or white in their season, and that's the case here. So soft summer doesn't look good in black and white. So here I'm testing off-white, which she chose, with a soft pink champagne. I do like both of them, but I feel that the soft is what she really melts into this color, you know? So she can wear both of them, but I prefer the softer one. Let me bring here a beige that's a little bit warmer, okay? It's closer to what she's wearing today. This color, I think it's not that good for her. I prefer the one that's a little bit more pink. It's a little bit cooler than this one. Do you guys see how her skin becomes a little bit yellowish? I can bring here a nude that's a little bit more neutral. I like that for her, yeah. So she needs to avoid neutrals that have that yellow base. She needs to go for something a little bit more creamy or a little bit more pinkish. She did choose a taupe, which is a warmer version of gray. I like that, I don't think it's bad. Let me compare it with something that's cooler. All the soft neutrals are very good for her. I prefer this one, okay? I think it's something that's too cool is a little bit, it leaves her a little bit gray. So brown, we know that it's a color that's going to enhance warmer skins better, but it depends on the tone of brown. So this is a cognac brown, and it's a little bit more pink. That's very good for her. She needs to avoid something that's a little bit more caramel, which she chose in her preference colors. Look at that. It's not, oh, you chose this one. It's a little bit darker. It's going to be better than that one. So this one or this one. They're very close. They're colors that are very similar, but this one's a little bit darker. Okay, so she can wear that. It's not bad. Look at that. Was in her preference. Okay, so she chose good ones and bad ones. The ones that she chose that are not good are the very warm ones, which are the yellow and orange base ones. These are not good, okay? Let's go for black. versus dark gray here, or where's my black? Here it is. Black or dark gray, definitely dark gray, black's too dark. And she can do navy as well. Navy is a good color for summers. Look at that. Okay, so neutrals, we can do beiges, we can do neutral browns, we can do all the soft and lighter tones of neutrals, okay? No black, no white, but she can go for all the softer neutrals. And neutrals are very good in a summer palette because they really match those colors. So that's a good thing for Isa because she loves neutrals. So you guys wanted me to talk about hair, okay? Gonna get my hair color charts. We've gone viral with our hair color charts. Whoever is following us, we do have lots of videos going around and they've gone viral. So I'm very happy with that because it's so important for hairdressers to learn about color analysis and understand how important it is to find that perfect contrast for each client. So how do we use these color charts, these hair charts, okay? So first we're gonna find the natural base. So Dada's hair here is natural. She does have some highlights on the tips and they're very good for her. I already talked to her about her hair before. For someone that's a soft summer, we feel that, can you bring it down?
Oh, Claudia from San Francisco classes here.
Hi Claudia, have you been practicing? I hope you have. So if we look at her, so look at how when we bring down her highlights, it brings a lot of light to her face. So in the case of soft summers, we do need to have a little bit of contrast on the hair. If she were to leave it full natural, which is a little bit darker, it would look a little bit heavy for her. So this is the case where we do indicate that the client has a little bit of highlights, okay, but not too much. So we need to find that perfect tone. So if she were to be too dark, that's very heavy for her. That's her natural contrast, okay, so this is something that her base is more or less a 5. And I feel that a base that's a mixture of 7 and 6 is better for her. It brings a lot of softness to her skin. If she were to go lighter, look at how she loses contrast and she becomes very pale. So it's not the case of becoming full blonde or having that very light contour. In her case, she does need to have her highlights more on the tips and they're very soft. So it's an ombre, yeah, we don't see those very marked highlights, okay? So this is what really works for soft summer. We can also do a temperature test. Where we go for warm and cool. If we feel that the client has a wrong tone, I mean, she dyed her hair, it's too warm, we can show her the effect of that on her skin. So this is if she were to do something very warm, and this is something that's cooler, and we can see that the cooler one really brightens her skin up, and the warmer one makes her very dark and kind of her skin looks different, okay? So this is better. And her highlights are cooler, so they're not very cool because she's neutral. She doesn't need to have like a ashy highlight. She can have something that's a little bit more champagne, a little bit more neutral. If she wanted to become a redhead, what kind of redhead could she be? Okay, and she did have once, she went for something copper, and she told me that she didn't like that. She didn't feel good in it. And if she were to go for something red, it needs to be a more violet red, more on the cooler side, okay? Questions? Do you guys want me to show you any more materials? Let me remind you, we have a special coupon. It's not going to last long, only until tomorrow, for whoever wants to apply to one of our classes that are going to happen in October in Atlanta on the 16th and in Miami on the 20th, and wants to buy this amazing set that comes with 96 colors from the Pantone catalog and our color Oracle, okay? So you can use coupon code LASTCHANCE. Do I have any questions before I end it?
Oh, they are asking you for use the dimension drapes.
So let's go back to dimensions. Dimensions, our set has 9 drapes, okay? And we have 3 drapes for value, 3 drapes for chroma, and 3 drapes for temperature. And I usually start with value because I think it's the easiest for the client to visualize in a first stage. It's easy for her to relate, okay? So I compare light versus dark. Light or dark. I feel that lights to light and darks to dark, okay? I'm gonna leave the light one here and I'm gonna bring back the medium. Look at that. And that's very good for her, okay? So medium is amazing. So we get to the value, which is what we did in the beginning with the solid colors. Then we go for the chroma, and then we have bright, soft, and medium. Soft and bright. Look at that. Bright is very bright, doesn't match her. Soft better, and then I bring my medium. Soft or medium. Definitely soft, okay? So we know that she's medium in terms of value and she is soft in terms of chroma. And then we go for our first temperature test. And we're gonna compare cool and warm. Warm or cool. Definite cool, and I bring in my neutral. I prefer the neutral, okay? So this stage, dimension stage, it's going to give me an alert of what's going to be her main characteristics. And her main characteristics, it's going to relate to the name of her season. So we know that she has neutral skin, neutral cool, okay? Because we eliminated the warm first, and we know that she is soft. First stage, value, she was medium, so that's not important. She's not gonna be a light summer or a dark summer or a dark winter, for example, okay? Soft, that's very important. So she might be a soft season, soft autumn, soft summer. And in the neutral, this tells me that she's probably not gonna be a cool or warm season. She's going to be one of the other sub-seasons, so softer probably, okay? So this really pushes us towards the direction of the seasonal choice.
They are asking you what drape and tools you recommend for beginners.
We do have a beginner set in our website. That beginner set is what we teach in our classes, okay? So it has the minimum amount of tools you need to start working and getting your seasons right. So you do need dimensions, you do need one of the seasonal, you don't need to have this one. We do have another seasonal set that's a little bit more compact, it has less drapes, which is this one. So this is our student set. So it has dimensions, it has personal contrast, it has more than one temperature check, it has metals as well, so we can show the client if she's going to look better in gold or silver. And it's the beginner set, it's on our website. You can go for that. And it has a special discount if you buy it in the combo instead of buying each individual product. Yes. What else?
I think that's it. You can just remember then about the coupon.
So, coupon code Last Chance is valid for our October classes, Atlanta on the 16th, Miami on the 20th, and for the color match set, okay? We do have Delivery, we're on the 4th lot. This product is selling out very fast, and we're going to be receiving the 4th lot after the 15th of October, depending now on shutdown. We don't know how customs are going to be. We don't know how USPS is going to work, so we might have delays in orders in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully everything will pass very, very soon. And so this set is, you buy it and it's a pre-order, okay? Pre-order on this set. That's it. So thank you for being here today, and we'll be back soon. And I hope to see you doing a lot of colors. Big kisses. Bye, bye, bye.